Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Greek and Riek podcast, episode 12. Hopefully, with no problems this time around. I'm so sorry.
You're
Okay.
absolute person.
Listen, just to clear things up, okay? We were going to start the episode as normal, but God said no. God said, you know what? This time around, it's canceled. Forget about the podcast.
The
It's
cancel
never happening
the
again.
cancel is podcast. Yeah, no, the podcast is cancelled.
No, the
Gonna go home.
podcast is
Bye.
canceled by the one and only. No, I'm just kidding. But in all
Welcome to the
seriousness,
to the Greek and Reek podcast, episode 12 indeed.
yeah.
We're correct.
Also, my co-host, as always, Riekelt. Hello,
Hello.
how you doing, friend?
I'm good. I got this from a patron that should be here, but he's not.
Maybe they'll show up. You're gonna summon them.
I did not know this thing had a suction cup.
You know what I think, by the way? You know why we had issues? It's because I wore these. 100%. It was too much.
That is indeed the whole entire reason.
You know what? Let me try again. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, so this time around we got a couple of stuff to talk about. Lots of announcements, lots of interesting stuff. I would say is what I would say, but of course, I'm not going to say that. However, we do have some last minute updates in regards to the Blizzard Activision saga. The whole like ordeal with the Xbox versus Sony. Apparently, apparently Europe is like, you know what, we're gonna let you acquire Activision. Why not? Stuff like that. We also got Summer Game Fest happening soon. That is in a month from now, with a lot of announcements, a lot of big companies that are going to show their face there, of course, and also,
More
and then
importantly,
yeah, go
speedrun
ahead.
plans from the both of us, because that's what people are actually about.
Absolutely. Except
Let's
I
start
don't
with the
have any
boring
plans.
stuff. You said something about Microsoft, which, funny enough, in the Netherlands, we have a lot of news media, but there's this one that is funded by our tax money, and that is a place where I found that out that the EU is allowing Microsoft to take over Activision Blizzard. Why they want that, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that I think everyone at this point has kind of like gotten tired of this saga. It's like, Microsoft wants to buy every company that exists that creates games, I suppose, is what a lot of people see. And, for good reason, obviously. They want to grow their platform. They got Game Pass, a service that you can basically pay. How much is it? Like, I think like $1 a month. I think it's off now, but it used to be like $1 a month, and you could just make it into a year, 3 years, how many you want.
Not a
And
year a
essentially,
month.
hmm?
It's not a year a month.
No, I mean, there's a trick to just get it for like 3 years, but regardless, they have a service which is Game Pass. So of course they want to get as many, devs and studios as they can under their belt. And obviously Activision is a big deal. They made Call of Duty, they made Tony Hawk games. So for them, it's like it's important to get that studio, but obviously Sony has different plans. And Sony's like, if you actually buy Activision, you're going to kill PlayStation, essentially. Not the same way they said that, but in their words, I suppose, would be it would be catastrophic. But at the same time, it's very interesting though, considering that I feel like Microsoft has already gotten a massive sea of studios and such. So to see them just go so far as to achieve, like, get Activision on board as well, I don't know. It's weird. It's like you guys already have a lot of games, but I guess they want Call of Duty, man. They want it back. Wasn't there like a time where Call of Duty used to be, well, not Microsoft exclusive, but most things would release on Xbox first, and then they came to PlayStation, I think, back in like
Yeah,
2010 or
that
so.
was that was like early when people still played shooters.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It really, I don't know. At this point, it's like I just want them to get it over with. Like it's gotten to the point where I've grown tired of that shit. Like I read articles and I'm just
I mean,
like,
even
you know,
even the UK, they had a blockage because it would kill, not kill, definitely jeopardize the streaming markets. But honestly, like not a lot of people do stuff with like game streaming, so
right,
whatever. Am I right?
right. It's a bit weird. I guess they want to find reasons not to give Activision away. You know, it's like if you buy them, it's over. You know, the stars aligned, the planets aligned, everything is aligned. My face, actually, no, never. It'll never be aligned. I'm sorry, I lied to you. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I think at this point, like, would you want to see something brought to the table by that deal personally, Reek?
I have literally zero interest in this anything. You're the one who wanted to talk about it.
No, I
You
mean,
talk
like,
about it.
do you think? Okay, let me ask you this. I suppose. Do you think there's going to be something new to come out of this deal, as in, like, hasn't been already done with Sony so
Lawsuits.
far? Hmm?
Lawsuits. PC releases. What else do you
Lawsuits.
want to hear?
No, I mean, like, you know, they could just, I don't know. I heard that Call of Duty could come to the Switch, which that's really brave if they actually manage to do that, which, you know, don't really see it happening, but who knows, anything's possible. But anyway, moving on.
Did they release Call of Duty for the Wii U back in the day? I don't remember.
Black Ops 2.
They did? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Only that, I think. I don't know if Advanced Warfare, no, I don't think it was on Wii U. No, it was only Black Ops 2, as far as I remember, but yeah, that was a bit meh from what I remember. But anyhow, let's talk about the end of an era. Do you want to take this one, Reek?
A lot. Well, whenever I know what we're talking about, sure. Now I don't hear you anymore. Tony, why is everything on your side just falling apart?
Is there something wrong with my? Okay, give me a
Yeah,
sec.
whatever you're doing now, stop doing that.
Hello, can you hear me? What is happening again?
Okay, now I hear this, man. Tony, stop messing with your playthings. Okay, now that Tony isn't talking, no? Okay. How about we talk about something that's actually interesting? Speedruns, yo. Go fast. Actually, I wanted to hear his stuff, but whatever. Should we just cancel it, Tony? This is definitely on his side, though. OBS or VDR Ninja isn't getting any signal. He hears me, but there's that. And all this studio on his back, even though it's a green screen, he doesn't have a single working microphone. Okay, that makes me happy. And then he disappeared. Woo! I'm giving him a minute. In the meantime, the Riekster goes to talk and talking about future marathon things that is happening. ESA is happening, which I'm not going to, which really sad, but maybe definitely next year, I'll be back. Tony still did not fix his audio. After that, PSG annual is happening, and I am supposed to be there. Fire Rebel. Really wanted to come. Joester is coming. I want to meet Joester since like forever. Unfortunately, this man got a job. I do need to save up some money. If I were to go back to the thing, of course, the ESA. Fortunately, yeah, I just got a job and I need to like earn the vacation days, and I kind of need those for BSG, which also is going to take like 9 days. Yeah, 9 days. But hey, BSG is just as fun, except that the hotel isn't near anything like super interesting. But hey, that's something that we're going to work on in the future. But if I look back at like BSG from last year, I still think super fondly of everything that happened there. Had fun with this malware man over here. Nick was coming along. Some of the GTA boys are coming along. Funny enough. Who's next? The Portal gang, the Rayman gang. I'm gonna actually not sleep in the hotel this time around because they did some really weird things about it. And we're gonna hang out in a bungalow. I think that malware boy is way too scared to go to the UK. No, they drive on the other side of the road compared to like mainland Europe, you know? Also haggis. Still can't hear you, man. Okay, I have an idea for this guy. Discord call me.
Hello.
Okay, he is audible via Discord, so you might want to like change something. I hear myself via you, just so you know.
Is it? Wait, hang on. I know what's the problem.
He knows the problem.
I think. Okay. Am I audible now?
You're audible. No. I mean, kinda, but no.
What do you mean no?
I guess we can make this work. The thing is,
Oh.
actually,
This
try-
has been terrible. Holy moly.
okay.
I don't know
You're
what's-
back. You're scared of the thing. You're scared of going to the UK. Is that the whole reason why you don't want to talk? I see how it is.
Me?
Yeah.
No. That's not even the case. What
No,
are you talking about?
speaking of which, September
What?
is when I'm coming back to the UK. I wanted to come like this weekend. Fortunately, because of work and uh, money, yo, wasn't in the books. Sad, big sad.
I mean, it's always sad. I don't know. I don't know why, you know. I think I know what the problem might be. I think it's the XLR cable. Let me guess, you still can't hear me, can you?
I can hear you,
Okay.
but not via Video Ninja. Can you recheck your audio devices there? Thank you.
Yeah, I tried doing that, but for some reason I can't, you can't hear me either way. What do you mean scuffed? I was just trying to do the normal thing. God just doesn't want me to do anything today. It's a tragic fucking Monday. Sorry, but like fuck Mondays. Garfield was right. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm gonna kill this man. I did. Everything was working, but they stopped midway through.
I got literal proof that it's not coming in OBS. Okay.
I don't try. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna try and fix it. You go on. The
Sure.
show must go on, Riek.
Yes. Okay. So Can we get a different Greek? I can ring Paulister or Joanna. Anyway, talking about more of the important stuff, however. Speedruns, because that's what things is going about. I have a confession to make. I'm super unfocused. I started a job, what was it, 2 weeks ago? No, 2 months ago. Only a small difference. I've been so unfocused. You know how most people, stick to one thing and get focused and get a super good time, which obviously I did in the past as well. Well, if I look at my speedrun page, for example, I started kind of running Yakuza Kiwami 2 recently, which something I really love running, but I don't think I can give it like the time of days that it deserves to like get a good time. Bob, Snowdog, well, that's not the most difficult thing, but the first Ape Escape, something that I started running, did 3 runs of, and I just need to get my ass get back into there. I actually just did a run of Ape Escape 2 on monkeys, and I can still like get a PB in it if I actually try to. Oh, what else is there? Yeah, because like me too. Little. There's just so many things, so many different kind of runs that I just want to do, but not necessarily get good at it, yo. I do agree. Yakuza runs, they're not the easiest things, but they're not as difficult as freaking, what was it? I tried to do a run of it yesterday, just super simple Xenoblade Future Redeemed run. But I got my ass handed by, what was it? Yeah. It's the shortest run. It's a good run. It's worth it, but it's also so unforgiving. Especially with like 2 of the earlier boss battles. Everything after that shouldn't be that terrible, but oh well. For actually free, it's definitely short. If you give it like a few good runs, 4 or 5 runs, you can definitely get like underneath 2 hours. I want to get into it as well. Yeah, other than that, San Andreas, I recently got a PB in no major glitches, meaning I now have a reason to get back to any percent. I just don't want to do it. I want to get better in Ape 2, I want to get better in Sports Story. There's just so many things. I am not focused at all. But I also have to like juggle the free time that I do have. BSG needs some things. I actually need to go like into the country and moving everything that BSG owns from current storage to actually storage that we're gonna pay for. I need to ask Frosty about the status there. The Tzatziki dealer is still gone. Oh,
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. Sorry. Give me a sec.
he just left. Now there's all darkness here. Oh man, that's how I like it anyway.
Okay.
So with beans, that's the afternoon threads. I'm gonna get the beans.
Hello. Oh no.
Hey, whoa, that actually worked. So,
That was perfect. All right. Give me a
okay,
sec.
I need to deafen on Discord.
Yeah, you should deafen, please.
Okay, audio is back in Video Ninja. He fixed it. Whoa.
Guess what broke though? Oh, hi.
Is it your cable?
No. I just swapped around the what is it? Swapped around the USB cable. This USB cable that came with this mixer is the
He must
worst
have
thing
enabled
ever.
the mic on Ninja, yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Oh my god.
He said yeah. He said yeah.
Shut the frick up. Every time I just twist my headphones, I don't know what's going on.
More importantly, Tony,
Yes.
what are your speed plans? Because
This
you
episode has
submitted to
been a train wreck.
BSG.
Yeah.
You submitted to BSG.
I did. God, I would say like for now, I am definitely thinking about 358 over 2 days, which I've attempted to do a run, but it didn't go as intended. that was because, I try to do it at a very, well, not a very good time, I guess. I'm trying to get a run on that. Um,
You were trying.
keyword trying. Yeah, it's a long game. All right, many days. Um, but what else? Right. I was thinking of learning Cage 2 English. I don't know if I have the time for that. Cage 2 English being, by the way, this version of Kingdom Hearts 2, because people would just
the
get
English
confused.
version of Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm aware.
No, it's this particular one, the American release of Kingdom Hearts 2 for the PS2. And was trying to get into that. But other than that, yeah, I would say like most likely Be Hero, Grind for a Better Time. And what else? Ape 3, I may learn all monkeys, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm thinking about it.
You're not gonna do it.
I said maybe. Yeah. That's pretty much my speedrun plans. As far as like other speed games, I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe things like Lost Judgment and Judgment. I've been enjoying those games, but I'm not sure if I want to learn to run them. They're very fun games to play. You should definitely check them out, by the way. They're the same studio that made the Yakuza games, same universe, except it's a spinoff. Like it's really cool stuff. It's just that I don't know if it's my cup of tea, like I haven't really tried it. Riek already tried like Kiwami, but that's a different kind of run, different tactics and strats and whatnot. But yeah. Actually, you said K2, so yeah, Kiwami 2. I should say that.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's pretty much my speedrunning plans for the moment, for the time being.
Just as unfocused as I am. Nice.
Pretty much. Yeah, like I wish that God, like I don't know. I'm thinking about other retro stuff, but it's like I don't really think I have anything else. Like SM64 I would easily say, but it's like I don't think I'm gonna go serious on that. Just do one run. I have a Japanese card, just do one run, 16 star, and just call it a day. But other than that, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah. Anything else you got in mind?
Not particularly.
Also, I would say God Sim 3, just for the lulls, but honestly,
you're not gonna touch that game. I know that.
I was playing through it, but
you're just saying shit.
No, I was playing.
I've only seen you play it once before.
No, I played it twice, 3 times even. I streamed it 3 times. It's just that I still haven't finished it because I got other important games that I want to do, which I was planning to do today, but we decided, hey, let's do this. Oh man.
I am, however, just gonna miss not going to ESA.
You're only gonna be the only one missing from ESA, dude. I also wish I could go to ESA summer. A lot of people have been wanting me to go, but it's like, I don't know. I don't hate ESA. I just want to make that clear. It's just that I've never.
Whoa! Where did this come from?
Just saying. No, because a lot of people think, shit, because they don't tend to ask. They're like, why are you not joining? Do you hate ESA? Like, no, of course not. It's just that.
Yeah, why are you not going to the Australian Speedrunner Marathon? Do you hate Australia? Do you hate the upside down folk? Damn.
Because it's expensive as frick.
Hey.
No,
I agree. I would go. I would literally go to ASM if I had the money for it.
Yeah, like I think like both ESA and ASM are like really good marathons. It's just that, it's if you can afford it, then go for it. But if you can't, then it's whatever. Stuff happens,
Hello?
Whoa. Now your camera's having problems. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
not the only one that's cursed today. There ain't no freaking way. Riek, I think you know
I
what's
guess
best.
so. It's all your fault. There, fix it.
Why is it my fault?
You want you want to talk about like the low quality stuff? Let's talk about Silksong. That you well actually I'm in a Discord from Speed Dogs. If you know Summoning Salt, he makes world record progression videos. Speed Dogs does the same. And one of the guys in there mentioned that he kicked a hornet or something similar to that.
A hornet's nest.
And I gave him I told him that it's his fault that Silksong
Delayed.
got delayed. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so sad too. Like I feel like at this point I've mentioned this before to Riek, and Riek proceeded to tell me, no, shut up, you're being too negative. But I swear to God, this year so far in gaming, there's been like so many weird controversies, but like
this
you
is
know,
more so a Microsoft thing. Where I remember with the Summer Game
no,
Fest from last year. Shut up. From the Summer Game Fest from last year,
yeah,
where Microsoft had a trailer with, "Yo, these games are all coming out within 12 months." So they kind of, I don't know.
what? Where'd that come
Okay,
from?
Summer Game Fest
Yeah,
is in June, right? It kind of
yes.
replaces E3. Speaking of which,
Rest in peace, E3.
yes.
You will be missed. The
No,
amount of laughs that we had.
Microsoft had like a video reel of like some games, and all those games were supposed to come out 12 months after that, meaning this is the 11th month, they got like a month left. And Silksong had was in that reel, so everyone lost their shit. Obviously.
Preemptively.
Silksong already is like up there. Like
Yeah.
the expectations are so high. I think they can make it work, but still. Anyway, that's not important right now. And then a few days ago, Silksong came out with, "Yo, we're not gonna make it."
Yeah. It's really disappointing because I swear, like, again, I don't mean to be a negative Nancy, but I do feel like, but
you know that if you're gonna use the word "but," just start
everything is
with
canceled. Yeah, like
everything before that.
everything before that doesn't mean shit. No, but like, I'm I'm trying to keep a level head when it comes to like releases this time around, but it's like so far it seems like most game releases have just gotten to the point where either they're in development hell or they just get rushed to meet a deadline and they just end up having patches on like after the first day. But even then it still is a problem when a game that's supposed to come out tends to release, and then of course the company, after getting multiple people screaming at them like, hey, your game is messed up, fix that, they just tend to release a cyberpunk statement like, oh, we already know that it's problematic, but yeah, we're working on it. So it's a bit silly if you ask me. Like Redfall, for example, is one of those games that I can see why it was very like everyone was like waiting for that game. Like they were so excited for it. Game releases in a really weird state. Not only that, even the consoles. We're talking like consoles have gone powerful. Like of course PC still is PC Master Race, but it's like it really leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth when
What
you release
is
a game like
what is
Redfall.
Redfall supposed to be? Is that the new Left for Dead?
Well, it's basically,
Dead
from what I
Island?
understand, it's like a survival. It's like a survival game, similar to like Left 4 Dead, but it's with like vampires and stuff.
I'm looking at images because I can't say that I remember the name Redfall, and I see a title that Redfall falls to the 14th place of worst judged games on Steam.
Yeah, like it's just tragic because like I feel like Redfall, it has potential, and all the other games too, like that released before Redfall or after, um, they have potential. It's just that like legit, I have no idea what's going on with some of these studios. It's like it seems like either it's they don't meet the deadline, so they release the game and then they start, they proceed to throw patches at it, which makes sense then not to release the game. But at the same time, if the first impression of buying the game is just a mess, which unfortunately for some of the titles that have released so far is the case, that is really bad, because you're expecting like I'm pretty sure that many people that release games now expect the launch day people, like people that pre-order the game and that will go to buy the game as soon as it releases. Pre-orders are obviously better for developers, but at the same time, it's like some people tend to buy the game when it releases the same day
I had
instead of pre-ordering it.
I had a really interesting talk. I don't remember where, but it was an English band stream. Like, why would you pre-order a digital game?
Well, for the most part,
Yeah, let's go into this rabbit hole.
I guess
Why would you pre-order a digital game?
I guess it all comes down to what you're really hoping to get with the game, because I know that many people say, but Tony, there's like, versions like, for example, the Phantom Thieves collection for the case of Persona 5 Royal. It's like true, I'm not saying that, you don't have a point there, but it's like some people just want to play the game and just want to have the DLC right away. Um, is it stupid? I mean, I would say, yeah, like I don't know if you should spend like $100 or so right out of the gate, but it all comes down to really what you want out of your game. I
I'm
think,
talking about a pre-order.
well, yeah, if you want to experience, like, for example, let's just take Spider-Man, the game didn't come out with DLC right away, but there were DLC that were planned for it. So, for example, if you, let's say, the PC release of Spider-Man has the DLC, which I don't think that's the case, but let's say they were separately, sold, and they didn't come with the base game, at this on the same package, I suppose. Um, what if someone wanted to play the game and the DLC, knowing who Insomniac Games are, Insomniac Studios, rather,
Can I
and
stop you right there?
yeah,
I want to create a scenario because I don't think that you kind of understand how it was back in the day. So, okay, imagine.
yeah,
I remembered. I was 13 years old and I pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 2.
yes, that's
So,
2.5, right?
what's wrong with you? No,
No, HD 2.5
Kingdom Hearts 2.
base. Okay, all right, fair enough. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Man, you were in diapers back then. Anyway, so I pre-ordered that. So I got to the store.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, I pre-ordered this game." They asked my name. I told them my name, and they were like, "Oh, hey, this is your copy." So there were people who actually wanted to play the game, but
Mhm.
they didn't pre-order, so they had to wait before new stock got in. That is why pre-ordering was a thing. You got right to like get something early. I also remember pre-ordering Smash Bros. Brawl. You know, the best Smash Bros.
The
There is
GameCube?
Brawl.
Yeah, that was Brawl, yeah.
No, that's Melee.
Oh, right, sorry. My bad. Brawl, yeah.
I'm talking about the best one, Brawl.
Yeah,
The
my
one with
bad.
the tripping mechanic.
That was Wii, right? Brawl was Wii?
For the
Yeah,
Wii.
okay. Yeah, yeah. My bad.
I
I got
remember
confused.
I remember pre-ordering that late,
Oops.
but I was
Mhm.
still like on the list. I was actually the last one they called, and I was the first one to actually get there. It was like the day that I got my like my end of year report from school. I was 15 back then. Yeah, I was 15. I know that for sure. So
And imagine.
I went there. I picked it up. I had Smash. I heard from friends who didn't pre-order that I couldn't. But yeah, like so, I actually had it on release day, and we actually played it the whole day, finding out what every Final Smash was. And holy shit, Snake is in Smash.
And before
Yeah,
Smash Ultimate had Snake,
the one where you
but they
fall over.
nerfed.
That best thing.
Yeah.
And DDD. There was DDD. He could dance. Anyway, so imagine. Okay, go back to the story that we're going to talk about right now.
Yeah.
Why would you pre-order a digital game? There's no stock, and assume, because not every game does it. Assume that the game does not have like preload. You still have to preload it or download it the moment the game comes out, which is either midnight or 7 p.m. in Steam. For you, that's like 8. For the UK, it's like 6.
Anyway, I don't really. I think again, people have different like opinions on that. Like some people just say, "Oh, I just don't want to have a physical copy. I don't care, man." Um, I've been in a discussion with a lot of people about why most of the games that I bought for Switch so far have been digital, and primarily because I just don't like carrying cartridges around. Now I know, it's stupid, it's silly. You don't own your game practically. Yes, you're correct, but just like disc rot is a thing, eventually that shiny, PS2 copy that you have, the disc will just get so scratched and old. Okay.
Like I have a hand with
Yes.
the thread of the story, but where is this important finger? The one
I'm
where
just
we talk
trying.
about
I'm trying to say.
pre-ordering.
I'm getting to it. Okay. I'm getting to it. Why pre-order digital? Because some people like to have the game as soon as it releases on their console without needing to go to a store and just, get the physical one. Because yes, you could have someone ship it to you, big deal, or you could get it early sometimes. Yes, but not everyone thinks that way, Digital is mostly just I guess the way I would describe it, digital is just good in the sense that it's like I like it's instant, It's as soon as something comes out, you instantly have it. Yes, you could argue the same for physical again, but it's like I think people tend to lean to digital for that reason only. Why are most, movies digital nowadays? Like what do they release on streaming platforms? Because people want it instantly. Of course they release on DVDs and stuff, but it's like what if you can just watch it on Netflix? Either way. Why is that stuff digital?
That Netflix is primarily a Netflix production, so
Well, yeah, but
they would never even go to cinema.
but some movies tend to release on streaming platforms, and then I ask you this: who is going to buy the physical release of a movie nowadays when you have streaming? Streaming platforms. I know it's stupid, but same applies for games. Like I feel as if there's going to be a majority of people that will just get the physical copy and they will pre-order that physical copy, and then they will also pre-order other people that will pre-order the digital one. I don't know. It's just I think it's convenient. That's why people tend to do it. Now, why would you want to pre-order a game if you don't know what the game is like? That's a different story, Some people are excited for some games more than others. Like personally, I can't find myself, pre-ordering something like Xenoblade because I never played Xenoblade. Sorry. Like that's just how it is.
I can say that I didn't pre-order Xenoblade.
Yeah, but
except if you talk about the
third one.
DLC thing.
I'm also talking about the DLC, yeah. Because you also mentioned like why would you pre-order digital? Because sometimes digital has
it's not that's different. It's not really a pre-order.
No, some games tend to have bonus pass, which, or season pass rather, which is gives you all the DLC right out of the gate. Some people also
Never
want that.
mind.
Call of Duty tend to do that, man. Remember Black Ops 2? It used to have a map that was locked behind Season Pass, and that was Nuketown. Zombies, stuff like that.
You're saying like A, that's a good thing. B,
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
that I remember anything from Call of Duty 2. I've never played it.
You listen right here. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying that it's a thing. It exists.
Why do you get the pliers?
Because I'm gonna ply your face off. And also because I'm sick and tired of the tech issues that I've faced today. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's just the thing is getting violent. No, I'm not. The thing is, nowadays, yeah, I do feel like pre-ordering games is ridiculous. Unless you know what a game is, and if it meets your criteria, then But like I don't know. Like everyone just thinks differently, man. Who was there? He threatened you. Listen, I'm tired, okay? Give me a break. I had so many things happening today. I just want to chill. I'm not gonna kill Riek. Not yet, at least.
He's not gonna kill me. Oh, even worse.
Or would I do it here? This would be the worst place to do it. Maybe on BSG Annual this year. We might do something.
It's gonna mutilate. Okay, I see how it is.
We might no, we're not having a fight, just saying. But we might have something special for GNR, which might happen. I said last year as well, it might happen. It didn't happen.
Oh, is it the Albanian trip?
You're one of those, huh? All right. I guess we should go ahead and talk about that. So it was the week was the 13th. The week? What? Sorry, the day was the 13th of May. My friends decided, because we were pretty much close to the borders of Albania. It's not actually Albania, but it's mostly the northern side of Greece, I suppose, but technically it is Albania. We went there, and it was a lovely trip. It was like a one-day trip because we just, it was very expensive, honestly. Like, I would love to go there again at some point, but at the same time, it's like, I think I've explored enough for now. So, for context, for those that don't know, Albania has borders that are close to, Greece, or rather, Greece has borders that let you go to Albania. And there's a specific shut up. I'm tired, okay? Shut the
I'm pretty sure that the borders of Albania are right at the same place as the borders of Greece.
Yes, okay. Regardless, let me continue my story. God, this is so bad. This episode is just a train wreck, man. Okay.
I mean, mostly because of you.
It is your fault. You asked me beforehand, like, hey, we should do an episode. It's like, yes, I'm in. I didn't know there would be problems. Okay, Riek, don't blame me. It's not my fault. I'm sorry.
Did anything happen in Albania?
Okay, so where do I start? Well, first of all, some people will ask, well, if you want to go there, don't you need a passport? Actually, no. If you have an ID card, you can actually use your ID card and cross the borders, because there's apparently a specific, how do I say this? Like, well, not law, but there was like some sort of agreement that occurred at some point that allows you, that gives you access to go to Albania with your ID card. And you don't necessarily need a passport. So that's a good thing. The problem is that when you cross the borders, if you wanted to use something like, a credit card, because many countries nowadays, they don't really, well, I guess to put it bluntly, cash is sort of a thing that not a lot of people tend to carry sometimes. Nowadays, it's like, you use your card everywhere you go. Albania thinks differently. They don't care about that shit. Wherever you go, they don't even have a like any sort of system that allows you to pay with card. You have to pay with cash. Thankfully, if you do go there and you tend to have euros, you're going to be okay because most things are pretty cheap. Unless you pay with their money, which is like 200 lek, which is kind of funny. That was kind of one of the first things that we encountered. We went to a parking lot and there was a guy that was like, hello, 200 lek. Well, he didn't say lek, but it was, he said 200 and we were just kind of, what do you mean 200? And then we asked like, how much is that in euros? It's like, oh yeah, €2. It's yeah, man, I'm a millionaire practically. No, but the best part about the whole trip was actually, visiting landmarks that were essentially historically Greece's landmarks. But of course, things didn't go well, and they kind of stayed in one place. But no, I did actually get to see like I saw like the whole sea from like the top. It was beautiful. Like it was gorgeous. I also got to see Corfu on the other side. I got to see the island that I go every year. It was like literally in the distance. It's crazy shit. What else? We also like went to the beach. It was one of the coldest fucking baths I've had in the beach. Like it was fucking insane. Like it was to the point where there was like a river, flowing into the beach. So as good men always do, we were like, yeah, man, it's gonna be fine. We're not gonna have any trouble going in.
We had 12 problems going in.
It was fucking insane. We jumped in. Yeah.
No, continue.
No, but like we jumped in. It was the coldest fucking thing that we've experienced. But eventually we manned up. We went in. It was great. Although, obviously it was cold to the point where your body was just like, hey, if you stay inside, you're probably gonna have a heart attack or something. Not really, but it was pretty cold, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at. But of course, we didn't really know about that. We just kind of winged it. And thankfully, it was fine. Like, it was actually pretty hot at that point, to the point where even when we went outside, we were okay for the most part. So, of course, we went to eat lunch and stuff. We had, I had doner or dinner, whatever you call it in Dutchland. It wasn't that at all. The man that was making it, his name was Mario, by the way. Nothing relating to Super Mario or anything like that. I wish it was though. But no, the funniest thing was like when we asked him, because of course, in my country, we tend to have this thing where, if you want to drink something like a Coca-Cola, you ask someone, hey, bring me one Coca-Cola with like 3 glasses. This guy didn't understand what we were telling him, but thankfully he did understand when we told him like 3 times the same thing. Like, hey, just one Coca-Cola with 3 glasses. He got it eventually. No, but the best part was, generally speaking, like the fact that it was great, again, watching those landmarks. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to Hirokaster, which is a like really big landmark, I would say. Unfortunately, they didn't allow us inside the castle because, of course, it was closed after 4 p.m. What a fucking big pain in the butt. It was terrible. Even like my friends asked me, hey, can you talk to the like security guard? It's like, my brother in Christ, this like the board that tells you what time it opens and it closes is literally right there. You can see it. plain in sight. Anyway, I asked either way, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, it's closed. Come back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock." It's like,
I have a question.
what's up?
So you were telling a story about passports and ID cards.
Yes.
Was there anything about that?
Well, not really. It's just that some people some people just tend to be confused because when you go from one, I guess technically you go from one country to another, but most people are confused with the idea that in order to cross the borders, you need a passport. You don't actually need a passport. You just need an ID card, thankfully. But no, people are just kind of, most people just think
Depends
that,
where you're going to. Is Albania a EU country?
it technically isn't, because when we went there, roaming didn't work because they're not part of Europe per se, even though technically they are in Europe. I don't know. It's really stupid shit. It's also funny I mentioned that.
Okay, apparently Albania is not part of the EU. But like,
Exactly.
if I were to go to Sweden, and that is through Germany, through Denmark, then into Sweden, and then back in Norway, because that's how shit goes. I
Yeah.
don't. I also don't need a passport because that's EU privilege.
See, that's the thing. That's why I
And
mentioned that.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
if I were to go to UKSG, I do need to show my passport because they Brexited, something like that.
Boo this man, please. Rebel. Please boo this man. Do it now. Anyway.
Everyone dislikes the Brexit. Come on, it's the elderly that wanted
No,
it.
it was the way you said it though. It was such a bad pun. I hate you. What do you mean why? You made a bad pun. You said you Brexited. I mean, it's true, but it's like,
It's not
God.
even a pun. I mean, I guess that it's a pun, but if a whole country, if a government literally calls it Brexit, then it automatically isn't funny anymore.
I honestly, I feel like Brexit is one of those things that was like they just shot themselves on the foot. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Anyway, so now I think you get the point of why people are confused when you go to, I guess.
I've never seen people being confused about crossing a border.
Reek, work with me here, man. Anyway, the thing is, that's why people are confused whether or not you can actually go to Albania or not, or technically not Albania, but it is. You can. It's just that any service that you wish that is there, you're not going to find it. Cash only. Roaming doesn't work because you need to actually, have money inside because it's not a European country, which really sucks. So you can imagine, obviously, to our surprise, because we didn't know all of this going into, obviously, into Albania, we were so fucking like we were just so like, how the fuck are we gonna make this work? Because a friend of ours obviously had some megabytes on his phone, like data service and stuff. Thank God for that, but it was like 500 megabytes, so that's only gonna get you so far. No, the funniest thing was like free Wi-Fi was just a godsend. Like whenever you saw a free Wi-Fi sign, go. Just fucking go to that place. Stay with your phone inside. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Do not leave. Just don't. Whatever you do, because you're gonna regret it afterwards. But no, it was an incredible journey, and I'm really happy that we explored, I suppose, like a different country. Doesn't really feel like a different country. It feels like, I guess, you're just going to a different city. It's just that it's a very pain in the ass process whenever you will not enter, but I guess when you return, they have to check up, obviously your car, trunk, and all that stuff because they don't want you having drugs or stuff like that, which thankfully we didn't because we're not that stupid.
But more importantly, did you have fun?
It was a really fun adventure. I like again going into it, I was just like, why are we doing this? You know, what's the point? But like afterwards, like fuck yeah, man, it was so good. It was so awesome. Like I can't say like I guess the only negatives I would say when it comes to that trip was the drivers were just I guess technically the same as my people from hometown. Like they drive the same way, except a lot more aggressively. And I guess everyone was just looking at us, you know, like they just see like people from Greece. How shocking, you know? We have tourists. Oh my god, what are we going to do, you know? Even though there was like many people from you know, many Greek people I should I guess say, but there were also tourists, you know? So I don't understand why we're getting many looks towards our attention like, you know, towards us. Like it was just kind of a weird thing, but I guess, you know, I'm kind of used to it. My hometown is the same. Um but no, I would say like the biggest negative was definitely the card stuff. Like the fact that they didn't accept payment through card was just oof. Like it was terrible. But no, I had a lot of fun though. It was great. The beach was great. The landmarks were amazing. Like my god, why don't we have that stuff in my country? You know, like we do have different landmarks, but not as beautiful as those. So
And Albanians would say different about Athens because I don't know. You probably got a Colosseum there,
I mean,
Mount Olympus, kind of shit.
that's how
Anyway,
people see it from outside, but you know,
I do
let's
kind of wanna and
wrap it up.
wrap it up. Yes.
All right. Do you have anything to close this off with? Any tips, perhaps? I got a tip here.
Just a tip. Oh, you start.
Me? Okay. All right then. I guess the thing I would recommend, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, I've been playing through Judgment, um, which this guy, by the way, disagrees that it's a good series, or doesn't say that, but he just disagrees that it's as good as the Yakuza series. I actually finished Judgment, the
Who
first.
cares?
I do. It's a good game. Play it, man. Just give it a shot. You don't have to. Whatever. Anyway, so like I was saying, definitely play Judgment. It's one of those games that has a really interesting story to the point where like it just like it was amazing. Like I enjoyed it so much playing through that game. I'm actually playing through Lost Judgment right now. I know that it actually has a spoiler that is, you know, that has to do with like Yakuza 7. I don't really care that much about you know, a minor spoiler because it is a minor spoiler. Um but other than that, yeah, like the combat is just amazing. I enjoy it so much. Lost Judgment definitely has a lot better of a combat than the first game, but still the first game is great for what it is. You should definitely check it out if you want like a I guess detective drama, I should say, you know, that is set in Kamurocho, you know, very reminiscent of the Yakuza series once again, but with a different spin. Um Definitely check it out. Yeah. It's a good game. Go play it. It's out on PC. What do you have to say, Riek?
I have to say,
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed is a good way to end up Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2 as a prequel to Xenoblade 3. It has some really good moments in it. Go play it.
Why why do you think that is?
Unc Uncle Rex will make you so happy.
I see. You're just gonna mention one bit, just that. Like no graphics are good, you know, like combat is this and that. Okay, fair enough. Not my tip, it's yours. Anyway. But yeah.
I'm trying to be the polar opposite of you.
I can see that, yeah. It's working very well, my
I
friend.
mean, graphics are just good. It's not PlayStation 5 good, but
What
I mean,
else?
it's so good. Just like Donkey Kong Country 2 was good. still is good.
I think you wanted to mention something else that you also mentioned to me. Something very specific that you hear in the game.
Uncle Rex.
No, the soundtrack, man. The OST.
Of course, I mean, the soundtrack is similar to 3, but I'm not gonna go into spoilers that much. There's this one. There's
No,
this
just
one track. The one when you be.
no.
No.
If it's spoilery,
Okay.
don't mention it.
Final boss music. Okay.
Okay, just that. Yeah, that's good enough. For me.
If you like Zanza the Divine, you like that.
All right, it's good stuff.
That is indeed good stuff. Thank you for watching the Greek and Riek podcast number 12. Literally impromptu after. Yeah, we weren't ready for it.
Honestly,
but hey, those are supposed to be the best ones.
I know. Also,
apparently they're not. So next time we're just gonna plan them in.
Also, I just want to mention briefly again. Apologies for my technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. Okay. With that being said, hope you enjoyed this episode of the Greek and Riek podcast. Thank you so much, as always, Tariq, for putting on the production side of things. This man literally overworks himself. Tell him something over at twitter.com/
Okay. Yeah, what's my Twitter? Huh?
What's your Twitter? I can tell you what your Twitter is. Your Twitter is twitter.com/ Riek_LT. Or yeah, is it? Yeah, it is LT. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I thought it was something different, but
Lithuanian Riek.
Definitely go and tell him, hey, stop overworking yourself because this man is a nerd. But yeah, make sure to follow us on our socials and our server, Discord server. We have a Discord server if you want to suggest
server that you can find the invite to in the bottom.
Yes.
There's nothing happening there though, just so you know.
Yeah, don't join. It's a bad time. Don't
My server, however, that's where all the cool things happen.
Just those things. Anyway. Yeah,
Thanks for watching. Have a good one and eat a banana.